I'm Bonnie.
I'm Joe. We've been married 39 years. We were both raised as Catholics. And we'd like to tell you a little bit about how we got to Jesus. We were of the world. Me, personally, I was into my career was my idol, my cars were my idol, and money was my idol. But in 2015, God changed all that. He tapped me on the shoulder, and I totaled a 2015 BMW. So that was my first tap, that God said, enough is enough.
But you didn't listen to that. And 2 years later was our accident. In August of 2017, we were walking to breakfast and we heard a noise and a van had hit the curb, and when we turned back and looked, it had come across 4 lanes right at us, and we were holding hands, and because we were standing so close to each other, we fell down. And as we looked up, the van was probably 10 feet away from us. And I remember saying, "Dear God, please don't let us die." And as we're struggling to get up, the van turned and had hit a telephone pole. And when we looked up again, it was backing up. And we finally managed to get up off the ground. And then we ran, and I sat on a bench, and Joe was talking to a police officer, and I was talking to a fireman had come over while I was sitting there, and I was crying, upset, and was trying to get it together, and he asked me my name and if I was okay, and I said, yeah, I'm okay, and but I think God's trying to tell me something. And he said, why do you say that? I said, because we hadn't been going to church. We had just been bad Catholics, basically. I couldn't say Christians. I'm sure I said Catholics. But he said, well, he had his hand on my arm, and he said, I think God's got a purpose for you. Then the next day, we couldn't wait to tell our neighbor Dan. Dan is a very Christian man, and I thank God for him every day, because there were times I know that I've come to God that I am sorry for some of the things I said to him when he was trying to tell me about God and Jesus, and things that I would say, and he would say, no, that's not how it is. No, that's not true. And anyway, I would come back and tell Joe, and we just didn't believe him. And the next day, after the accident, we couldn't wait to tell Dan what happened. And when we told him everything, because he had been talking to us forever to come to a Bible study, and we kept saying no, he had said, so are you ready to come to our Bible study now? And of course I jumped for joy and said, yes, I am. Yes, we are. We will be there. When is it? So we went, and little do we know there was going to be many people there, probably 14 or so, and all introduced themselves, their backgrounds, and told us that they were thankful that their prayers were answered. And we said, what do you mean your prayers were answered? Well, you guys are here. Dan has brought you up in prayer for 2 years, and we've been praying for you for 2 years.
And the thing that moved me the most there too was the fact that a week later, when we came back to the Bible study group, Julia Raybon and Mike Raybon had given me a Bible. It just touched me so much. It was the most precious gift I ever got. It's something I'll cherish for the rest of my life. They gave it to me so that I knew how to be a good Christian, how to learn the Word and what to do. It moved me so much. We continue to grow with that group, and we continue to want to follow God. We still want to grow in the Word. We still continue to attend Bible study groups. We want to learn more and more. And today we want to be baptized. We want to show our commitment to our faith, to God, to Jesus, and to the church.